Assessing the security impact of acquired software. Welcome to this lesson on assessing the security impact of acquired software. Organizations often rely on third-party software, whether it's commercial off-the-shelf COTS products, open-source tools, or cloud services. However, if these software solutions are not properly vetted, they can introduce security vulnerabilities and compliance risks. In this lesson, we will explore how to evaluate the security risks of acquired software, ensure compliance, and implement best practices for secure integration. Let's get started. Acquiring software from external sources introduces potential security risks, including hidden vulnerabilities, unpatched flaws, and compliance violations. Think of acquired software like renting a house. Before moving in, you check for safety issues like faulty wiring or weak locks. Similarly, organizations must assess software security before deployment to prevent security breaches. For example, if an organization integrates an outdated third-party CRM system, attackers could exploit known vulnerabilities to gain unauthorized access to customer data. Evaluate acquired software for security vulnerabilities before deployment. Ensure third-party software complies with regulatory requirements. Monitor acquired software for updates and security patches. Commercial off-the-shelf software is widely used, but if not properly assessed, it can introduce security and compliance risks. First, organizations review vendor security certifications such as ISO 27001 or SOC 2 to ensure security best practices are followed. Second, vulnerability scans and penetration testing are conducted to identify potential weaknesses before deployment. Third, software update policies ensure that patches are applied promptly to fix security flaws. For example, if a company uses a popular accounting software with an unpatched security flaw, attackers could exploit it to steal financial data. Choose vendors that follow security best practices and certifications. Perform security testing before deploying COTS software. Keep software updated to protect against emerging threats. Open source software offers flexibility and cost savings, but it can also introduce security risks if not properly vetted. First, organizations use software composition analysis (SC) tools to detect vulnerabilities in open source components. Second, dependency tracking ensures that open-source libraries are regularly updated to fix security flaws. Third, organizations establish approval policies to evaluate the security of open-source software before adoption. For example, an organization using an outdated open-source encryption library may expose sensitive data to attackers due to a known vulnerability. Use SCA tools to identify vulnerabilities in open-source software. Regularly update open-source dependencies to prevent security flaws. Evaluate open-source projects for active maintenance and security reviews. Third-party software and managed services provide convenience, but they can also introduce security risks if not properly assessed. First, vendor security assessments evaluate whether third-party providers follow secure development practices. Second, contract agreements include security clauses requiring vendors to maintain compliance with industry standards. Third, continuous monitoring ensures that third-party services are updated and protected against emerging threats. For example, if a company uses a third-party email service but the provider suffers a data breach, customer emails may be exposed. Conduct security assessments before integrating third-party software. Include security requirements in vendor contracts. Continuously monitor third-party services for security updates. Many organizations rely on cloud-based services, such as software as a service, SaaS, infrastructure as a service, IaaS, and platform as a service, PaaS. However, without proper security controls, cloud services can introduce data security risks. First, data encryption ensures that sensitive information remains protected in transit and at rest. Second, identity and access management controls limit who can access cloud resources. Third, shared responsibility models clarify security obligations between the cloud provider and the organization. For example, an organization using a cloud storage service must ensure that files are encrypted and that only authorized personnel have access. Encrypt sensitive data stored in cloud environments. Implement strong identity and access controls. Understand the shared responsibility model for cloud security. Keeping acquired software updated is essential for preventing security breaches caused by known vulnerabilities. First, automated patch management tools ensure that security updates are applied as soon as they are available. Second, testing patches in a controlled environment prevents disruptions caused by faulty updates. Third, organizations monitor for zero-day vulnerabilities and apply emergency patches when needed. For example, if a software vendor releases a critical security patch for a newly discovered vulnerability, organizations must apply it immediately to prevent exploitation. Use automated tools to apply security patches quickly. Test patches before deploying them in production environments. Monitor for zero-day vulnerabilities and respond immediately. Now, let's summarize what we've learned about assessing the security impact of acquired software. Acquired software, including COTS, open source, and cloud services, must be assessed for security risks. Commercial software should be vetted for security certifications and tested before deployment. Open source software requires dependency tracking and regular security updates. Third-party and managed services must follow security best practices and contractual requirements. Cloud services require encryption, access controls, and compliance with shared responsibility models. Security patch management ensures that vulnerabilities in acquired software are quickly addressed. By following these best practices, organizations can securely integrate acquired software while minimizing security risks. This concludes our module on assessing the security impact of acquired software. Up next, defining and applying secure coding guidelines and standards. Stay secure.